Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm doing another drawing of a cute little coloring page. This time it's a unicorn, and I wanted the unicorn to have like an apple in the picture because you know horses like apples, and I think back to Breath of the Wild where you can feed apples to your horse and it's just really cute. I like how in that game like you get to interact with some of the animals like the dogs and stuff, and I don't remember when they started doing that. Like, was it Twilight Princess where you could pick up the cats? I don't know. But anyway, I definitely wanted an apple in the picture. So I drew one down by its little feet. And I kind of like struggled with, do I want the horse bending down like it's eating the apple, or do I want it doing a stand-up pose? I decided to go ahead and do a stand-up pose because you have to remember that these coloring pages are also templates, and I wanted to give the users the option of drawing the horse standing up, and then they can alter any of its features how they want. If I drew the horse with its neck bending down, then that limits the user's creative ability to change things, you know? And you have to remember that these coloring pages are mostly going to be used for people who are practicing drawing art and they might have to trace. And in my last video where I talked about tracing, I'm not inherently against tracing. I do feel like tracing is a great learning tool, especially for beginner artists. In that last video, I was mostly just talking about hypocrisy, about how I feel like if you feel like you have to trace everything and you're still learning, you don't have a right to make fun of any other artist who you feel isn't on a specific level. I just don't think that's right. I just feel like that's a pot calling the kettle black kind of thing. But again, I'm not against tracing. I think it's perfectly fine, you know, in any sense. So that's why I made the pose stand up straight. It's so people can get used to the shape of a horse, you know, drawing, there's its head down to its neck, its body, and it's standing up in a specific pose or whatever. And then it's up to them at that point they can alter the pose, they can alter the hair, they can change the face, whatever they want to do while they're drawing this horse, you know. I did, again, go with a cute little art style. It's somewhere bordering the lines of chibi, which they all kind of have been, in a sense. You know, when you look up what chibi means, it originated in Japan, and it's another word for small, or it means the word small, and it's a cute art style. Typically, they have very large heads and large eyes and small bodies, and I didn't do that with this one. I did kind of go with a chibi shaped face, that bean shaped face. I did try to give it bigger, cute eyes. And then for the body, I didn't go small. I did give it longer legs and stuff. I tried to give it that, oh, you know, that new My Little Ponies kind of style. I know that's really popular and a lot of people really like the My Little Ponies fandom. So I tried to give it like those long, almost My Little Pony styled legs. But again, it's not exactly that. It's just, it still has my own little thing to it, you know, like I like the smaller hooves. You know, I like if I was to do it, I guess 100% my own way without taking anyone else into consideration, I would have made those feet extra pointy. I love drawing, like, okay, and I have a couple examples in some of my past traditional work where, like, I drew an elk, you know, or something like that, where I will make the legs like really long and they'll end in a point, and it's kind of, it's very fantasy, it's very whimsical, and it almost, in a sense, like kind of reminds me of like Salvador Dali, you know, and I love his work, and I love the long coming down to a tapered legs. So if I was drawing it how I wanted to, without anyone else in the picture, I might have drawn it that way. I mean, this picture would have turned out completely different. But I guess that's the thing about art is, you know, it depends on like what is the intent behind it? What is the reason for it? You know, is this for me or is this for someone else? And that can have a lot to do with the decisions you make while you're drawing, you know? I wanted her hair to be big and fluffy and long and really curly and like wavy, you know? When I think of unicorns, I think of like just that long flowing hair. I think it's really pretty. But yeah, I guess that's essentially it. There's not too terribly much else to say. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I guess I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.